In the 10th year of my pursuit of Henry Stone, the profoundly devoted deuteragonist in the novel, he arranges a lavish, extravagant wedding on my behalf. I still feel uneasy even though Henry continues to love me deeply after we get married. This is because the mission progress bar displayed by the system has never moved past 0. On our wedding anniversary, I happen to stumble upon a hidden diary in Henry's desk drawer, which reveals a very shocking truth. Henry has been reborn. He possesses full knowledge that this world is a novel and that I am the antagonist who poses a threat to the protagonist, Renee Schmidt. He puts on a careful act of profound love toward me, strictly for the purpose of shielding Renee, the person he truly cares for. I have just gotten the gist of the whole situation when the system's warning goes off. You have failed your romance mission. Your existence will be terminated within 48 hours. I closed the diary in a daze, and my hands were trembling slightly. I finally realized then that Henry Stone's years of tender devotion had been nothing more than a constant surveillance, a tactic to ensure I never acted against Renee Schmidt, the woman he truly loved. It made perfect sense why his immense affection and indulgence of me had never moved the mission progress. The entirety of his interaction with me was nothing more than a calculated performance. I accidentally brushed against Henry's phone on the table, and after a brief hesitation, I picked it up and checked it, immediately finding a second social media profile. I noticed a conversation history between Henry and the novel's protagonist, William Johnson, who, judging by their messages, had also realized that the world they were living in was part of a novel. William said, I recall that in the plot of the novel, Claire's infatuation with me led her to constant rivalry with Renee, so much so that she even had people torment her, driving Renee into depression. You married such a spiteful woman and still had to feign affection before her. It must have been so exhausting for you, Henry. I can see that Claire has changed and is much better now. She seems to be falling deeper in love with you as well. If she later learned the actual circumstances behind your marriage, she would undoubtedly be devastated. Are you sure you won't regret it, Henry? Henry replied firmly, I won't regret it. I'm willing to sacrifice everything as long as Renee is happy. I instantly felt a buzzing in my head as I read the messages, and a deep, paralyzing cold instantly permeated my body, settling in my bones. I put down the phone, spun on my heel, and bolted out the front door. It was snowing heavily outside as I walked aimlessly through the street, and it was only when sheer fatigue overwhelmed me that I found a bench nearby and sank onto it. I was suddenly tormented by uncontrolled flashbacks of my time with Henry. With each recollection, the pain in my heart intensified. I had no idea how much time had passed until an umbrella was abruptly held over my head, followed by a familiar, deep voice. I finally found you. Why are you sitting here in the snow like this? You should have worn more layers, or you'll catch a cold, Claire. I looked up and saw Henry, looking immaculate in his straight-cut trench coat, while his eyes were brimming with distress. I was utterly incapable of discerning if his actions were purely theatrical or if they contained some degree of sincere emotion since his performance was so flawless. Upon seeing my lack of response, Henry's frown intensified. He quickly reached out to feel my face and forehead before saying, You're burning up, Claire. Do you feel unwell? Come on, let's go home. He wasted no time, shutting the umbrella firmly into my grasp. He then swept me into his arms, lifting me effortlessly, and began moving quickly, making his way straight back home. He immediately helped me strip off my wet clothes and change into my pajamas once we reached home. He then stated firmly, I'll call for a doctor right away. I instinctively grabbed his hand and said, I'm fine. It's just a slight cold, so I'll definitely get better after drinking some chicken noodle soup. It was only after hearing my words that the tension in Henry's brow eased marginally. I'll head to the kitchen to prepare some chicken noodle soup for you. Then, I grabbed the hem of his trench coat just as he started to turn away. I then stared fixedly at him and asked, Are you happy being with me, Henry?